Some writers believe they must create from nothing, but often, creating from nothing results in a feeling of the same. Nothing. Over the course of this book, I'll share several components of story. I'll use examples from my own life and encourage you to contemplate yours. The concepts and presentation are intentionally basic, simple prompts to stir reflection and ideas. Since my experience is as a novelist, much of the content pertains to fiction writing. As the chapters progress, you may notice a layered effect, with themes from previous sections being incorporated through storytelling examples, essays, and assorted structure forms. And because I'm a writer who is passionate about history, I'll include some historical details for you to uncover and discover. There are many methods of storytelling. To craft something memorable, I find it helpful to cross-examine my own memories and emotions and infuse those reflective elements into the building blocks of my story. Of course, be gentle with yourself and use your own best judgment in deciding which memories to return to. But if you feel able, put a piece of yourself into the project. When you do, you'll pull the reader to the page and share something resonant and meaningful that will keep them there. Heart. Plot. Plot questions. Why are some stories so engaging? Compelling plots invite the reader into an interesting setting, a burning secret, or a problem that must be solved. The crucial element of plotting is that the character has to want something, and the reader must know and understand that want. As you think about your story, mull over these 10 essential questions. Not all genres contain the following elements, but if you can answer these questions, you'll have a deeper understanding of your story. Inciting incident. What event sets the plot into motion? The prize. What does your main character want? The strategy. What does your character decide to do in order to get what they want? The conflict. Who are some of the people working against your character? The stakes. What will be the consequence if the plan does not work? The bleakest moment. What happens to make things look hopeless? The lesson. What does your character learn about themselves, others, or life? The decision. What does your character do because of what they've learned? The whole. In what way does your character need to grow emotionally? The backstory. What is haunting your character as the story begins? Over the course of life, we all move through a series of plots. Can you remember the inciting incidents, the strategies, the conflicts, and your bleakest moments? Take a minute to jot down a few bullet points, or better yet, return to the place where you originally wrote them down. A diary, perhaps? Personal archives. When did the diary die? Was it suffocated with a pillow when I wasn't looking? A friend informed me that the journal has replaced the diary. Impossible! I have journals. They're mature. They're also whiny and boring. A diary is for confiding your most embarrassing secrets or your most profound fears. A diary is where you'll find the good stuff. Diary, noun. A confidential record of events in somebody's life, often including personal thoughts and observations. Journal, noun. Somebody's written record of plans and postulates. I completely fabricated those definitions to support my point. To me, a diary and a journal just aren't the same. In a journal, you blather about the Camino de Santiago trek you'll take when the spirit moves you. In a diary, you confess you had a dream where you accidentally made out with your neighbor. In a journal, we write about what could be or would be. In a diary, we write about what is. We stick to the facts. For example, my brother drowned my Barbie. I snuck into his room and farted. That's an